Okay, welcome guys to the next Blender tutorial. So today we're doing a desk lamp. So this is going to be one of your fancy kind of ones. So I've got a picture that I want to work with. We're going to look into making this one. So what it's going to be, we're going to put things at an angle, but we're going to make them straight to begin with, and then we'll move everything to where it needs to be. So go ahead and delete your default cube. We're just going to go add a cylinder, scale it down, and then just scale it outwards just slightly. Scale it down just to a little bit of a fraction just there. And what we're going to do, go to edit mode, take your first face. I'm going to split this in half actually, so you guys can see what's going on. I think, yes, press 1 on your number pad for one side if you're doing this the same way that I am. Okay, so this face right here, we're just going to go, just going to scale it out just slightly. Oops, not too much. Just scale it out just slightly from the base, so we've got that little bit of a bevel. E for extrude. And then we're going to go E for extrude again. Just scale it in just slightly, S to scale, E for extrude, and then we're just going to bring it up just slightly, S to scale, bring it in, E for extrude, keep it where it is, scale inwards, and then we can go E for extrude, just slightly, scale it inwards just slightly, E for extrude, up again, bring G, bring that up, E for extrude, we're just going to bevel this again, so S to scale, E for extrude, S to scale, and then we go E for extrude again, keep it where it is, scale it inwards, and then we're just going to slowly make this up a little bit, so S, just pull it up just slightly, E for extrude, scale inwards, E for extrude, scale inwards, E for extrude, scale inwards, and then just E for extrude, and then at the top here we're just going to bevel it just slightly, so it should have something like this. So E for extrude just slightly up, scale it inwards, and then E for extrude, don't move it, scale it inwards to the middle, and then we're just going to go E for extrude and just drop it. So this will be the base of our lamp. We're just going to go shade smooth, right click shade smooth. So the next part that we need a cylinder to come straight up. So we're going to go with add, go cylinder, G, just bring it up, scale it. And then we're just going to scale inwards, ignore the F, I pressed the wrong button. Just press G, bring it up. Now, at this part we just want to go right click shade smooth, go to edit mode, click your top face right here, just press G to bring it up just slightly. Should have something like this. And then we're just going to do a little bit of a bevel just on the middle. So just scale this out just slightly, and it's almost like a ball. E for extrude, S to scale. Just make that nice and smooth. And then what we want to do is just go E for extrude, bring it up. Let's go G, just bring that up a little bit higher. And then E for extrude again, just slightly up. I'll just zoom into this part so you can see it. We're just going to scale outwards just slightly. E for extrude, scale outwards. E for extrude, scale outwards. E for extrude, scale outwards. And then we're going to come back in again. A little bit of an angle. And then just E for extrude just to bring it up from where you were. And then I'm just going to bevel the edge just a little bit there as well. So this is what you should have for the starting point of your lamp. Now we're going to add a little bit of a fitting on the top of that one. So what we want to do the arm of the lamp first, and then we'll start putting things together. So if you go to add cylinder, G, scale it up, scale it down. Now you want this this arm roughly the size of the stand. So you can see this just at the side there. So you don't want this too big, you don't want it too small, just fit it so that it's nice. Right click, shade smooth. Just pull this outwards just a little bit. Okay, so on this part right here, we're going to go duplicate, Shift D, scale this down, press G, scale it upwards just slightly. This will be the end of the lamp, the little counterweight, so to speak. And then we're going to take this part, edit mode, just press G, bring it up a little bit. So what you want in theory is a little arm that's going to sit just on the side here. Now we might need to shrink this down a little bit because I think it's a bit too big. So we just box select it by dragging, just click and drag. Scale it down a little bit. Maybe just elongate it just slightly. Now, at the end here we want another one of these pieces. So we're going to go Shift D, bring it up. Scale it down, and this is just going to be the end of the counterweight on the other side. So from this point we want a little joint going on the end of it, so let's go with we'll go with a circle. Press G, bring it out to the side. So this circle is going to be used in other parts as well. So we're just going to press S, bring it up a little bit so you can see it. Go to edit mode, press F for fill, and then we're going to go E for extrude. And then what you're going to do, get rid of these two faces. So you're just left with a ring, essentially. Press A, E for extrude, leave it where it is, and then press S for scale. And just press S, bring it up a little bit, and then just scale it inwards. Right click, shade smooth. What I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this to where it needs to be, and then I will keep the original just in case I have any problems. So we're going to press Shift D, G to bring it over, rotate by 90, scale it down, may need to just scale it outwards just a little bit. And then what we're going to do, we will take the arm that's going across, press G, move it, bring it up, and then we're just going to rotate it just over the top. You can rotate it as much as you'd like. Press G, bring it up. It is a little bit too long, but actually no, you know what, that looks roughly right. So this circle right here, we're just going to expand it outwards just slightly so that it covers the arm. From this point, we'll place another circle just on the end here. Make sure the circle is big enough to cover everything. So these are the joints of the lamp, the kind of counterweight joint if you want to. Let's make that slightly bigger if you'd like. And so now we're going to do the actual lampshade itself. So what I want to start with is a circle. Press G, bring it to the side. I'm trying not to make it the same way that I'm seeing it on Pinterest because I don't want to copy somebody else's work, but at the same time I quite like the way that it looks. So what we want to do is go to edit mode, press F for fill, E for extrude, E for extrude again. Just scale that inwards just slightly. E for extrude. And then we're just going to make almost like a dome kind of lamp. E for extrude. Scale that inwards. I don't want to make it the exact same. That's my concern, really. So maybe I could go like this. And then I could go straight up with mine. Scale that outwards. Have that fancy little bauble that we've been making before. There we go. And then the underside of it, what you want to do, I'll show you on this side. If we go to X-ray mode, we can see on the inside of this piece. So if I go E for extrude, just bring it down slightly, and then scale it inwards. So there's a little bevel. Oops. And then we can go E for extrude, don't move it, scale it inwards. E for extrude, scale it outwards and just follow the curve of the bell. Just making sure not to clip the sides. So now we have this little light shade thing right here going on. Okay, so what we're going to do, take this, right click shade smooth, G, and just bring it up. It might be a little bit too big, but should just fit just there. It's a little desk lamp. I think it's too big actually. I'm just going to scale this down. So what we want is a silver kind of look, or a gold look. So what we can do, go to new, just type in gold. This is on materials, by the way. We can go to orange kind of theme. So if I go to this is render, which should be changed to cycles. So when I'm looking at it, we now have this orange. We go back to materials right now. We can turn up the metallic a little bit, turn down the roughness. Now it's a little bit too smooth for my liking, and I'd like some marks on there. I'd like some scratches and stuff. So we're gonna go over to the nodes. I'm just gonna pause for 1 second because I just need to edit something on here, and then I'll continue the tutorial. Okay, so I'm back. Magic of video editing. So for this particular piece, we want this gold to have some scratches on it. We want some proper lighting as well. So I'm just gonna get rid of that. Let's add. Where's my sun? Let's add a sun to this. See if we can do that. See what difference that one makes. Just so we've got some background lighting whilst we're dealing with the materials. Just going to turn the strength up on that just a little bit. And I'm also going to add a plane just underneath. You don't have to add the plane if you don't want to, but that's what I'm doing. Scale it outwards. Okay, so come over to your shading tab. Now we've got the gold on here. Just hold down the middle scroll wheel of your mouse to move any of this. For some reason, the key thing won't work on here. I don't know why. If you press add, we'll go to noise. We give it a bit of noise texture. Go colour to base colour, and you'll notice that it turns to this grey. So I want to just bring the grain up a little bit. Now from here we'll go to add, and we're going to type in bump. Now what you want to do is put your colour to your height. So now it goes even more grainier. So now you also notice that this one's purple, this one's yellow, which means that there's an issue. So we've got to put in a colour ramp. So you spell colour ramp the way that the Americans do, C-O-L-O-R. We spell it differently. We spell it C-O-L-O-U-R. So you want in the gold colour on this as well. So go to the orange. This is kind of a brass colour, I guess. Generally, it's just an offset yellow that you want to be looking for. Just a bit lighter. I think that's correct. Okay, so you'll notice on the inside as well we've got this kind of brass look. What we want to do is just go to edit mode, control shift control even, and just click one of the sides, click the middle and then click one of the sides, and you should be able to select everything. Just make sure that it's evenly selected, that you've not missed anything out. Oops. Yeah, it'd be better if I went to this one, so you guys can see. So anything you don't want, just let go of control, keep hold of shift, and then just click the ones off that you don't want. Oops. To go back as well, it's Control Z to undo. So I just need these four now. Oops. Yeah. Okay. So this one right here, we want this to be a different material. So we're going to go for new materials, new, and this is going to be inner lamp. and we're just going to go white. So just click assign once you've done. And then once we change this back, we should have a lamp that looks like this. Now, for all these different parts here, we also want to copy the little trend that we've got going on. So go to gold, click on each object, and then come down to this drop down and select gold. For every single one. And this is going to give it a uniform colour. Come on. Yep, there we go. So this is what you should be left with. So now we just need to put the light in, we need to put the scratches on top as well. So, to make the scratches, we're going to go Veroni texture. Let's go back to render. So now we've got all this bump stuff. You can actually adjust your height of the bump if you'd like to. You can also scale this up a little bit, so there's a little bit more grain. Or maybe a little less grain if you'd like. Okay, so we want to go Veroni texture. We're just going to give it a little bit of a scratch up kind of thing. Colour to roughness. I think I had it last time. Just put that to the side. Sorry, I'm just going to move these up so you can see what I'm doing. Right, so. Oh, no. Come on. Right. Let me just get it off the render. I think that's the issue. Yeah. Okay, so. If you can see this. Hopefully you can. We want to do the same with the colour ramp and the bump. So, if we go to this, we notice that we've now got all these little kind of knocks on the side of it and stuff like that. So we want to go Shift D with bump, place it between, colour to height, and now we've got all these little cracks going on. So we can make this rougher. So you can see the cracks a little bit more. Or we could take this down a little bit. We could also mess with the detail. So you could actually have these cracks but you could hardly see them. If you turn the detail down, the cracks reappear. So you could have something just in the middle. You could also do a little bit of a coat, just turn the weight up just slightly. Almost like it's been glazed over. So now we've got two other pieces that we need to place into this. So those two other pieces would just be two very simple pieces. We just want cylinders. Let's go G, bring them up. So the cylinders are going to sit right in the middle here. So rotate this by 90. Scale down. Make sure that they sit on both sides. So scale outwards. Shade smooth. And then we're just going to go for a black texture. Come on. There we go. We're going to go Shift D. Rotate outwards again by 90. Scale it outwards. And then scale down. And then press G and bring it towards the cylinder once more. And then we're going to go Shift D and then do the same to the opposite side. So you could actually rotate this one so it's got some depth. So you should be left with something that looks like this. So if you take these three, just press Shift and select all three, click on all three. We then can bring this up to here. So we can do Shift D, press G, bring it up, and just bring it across using the vertices provided by holding the center scroll wheel. So once we've got all that in, we need the light. So what we're going to do is an emission. So what you want to do is, I mean, you could do it as a UV sphere if you wanted to, an elongated UV sphere. To be honest with you, just ignore that cylinder, sorry. Actually, yes, we'll work with the cylinder. Press G, bring it up. So this will be the tip of our light bulb. So we're just going to go to the black material for this one, add, and go to circle. So your circle's down here at the bottom, just press G, bring it up. So we're going to make the light bulb, make an oldie worldy light bulb. Edit, let's go G, bring it down, scale downwards, press F to fill. I don't know whether I can see it on this one. Yes, we can see it. So you're going to press F to fill, scale it down all the way, as much as you can. E for extrude, scale it outwards. E for extrude, scale outwards. E for extrude, scale outwards. E for extrude, and then E for extrude, and just start bringing it in slightly, almost like this, almost like a teardrop. Now we're gonna go shade smooth. This just needs scaling down a little bit. G, bring it down. I'm going to make Shift D a secondary one, just to go on the underside. So this one is going to be silver. So we want to go to edit mode. Make sure that you've got all your vertices selected. Press A to select everything if not. Press plus. We're going to go assign, new. And this one is going to be almost like a silver. So just bring your metallic up, your roughness down just a little bit. And this will be the electric silver, although it's not really silver, but you know. Right, electric silver, there we go. Then just place this black part on top. Now this part right here, we want to go new. Where your principal BSDF is, go to emission. And this will create, theoretically, a light bulb. Now, all the light bulbs, generally, they have this orangey glow to them. So, box select all of this. Press G. Just to bring it down into the middle. Now, we're just going to angle this so that it fits the lamp. So just rotate, get it just on par with this one right here. Make sure you're not clipping any vertices at the top or the bottom, it's just flush. You notice that it's just slightly off there, but that's okay. And hopefully that's what you should end up with. So if I remove the lighting completely, what we should have, and I'll remove the extras just at the back here, is a light. So if I click on the light bulb on the inside here, we can actually make this brighter. And that's generally it. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed this tutorial, please like, subscribe, follow. I do put these on different social medias, so whatever the like button is and the follow button is, or whatever it is where you are, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.